I want to speak about the art on this shirt for a minute. Another World 2. Well, not really history of MC Escher or anything. I've always thought MC Escher is cool, different things, a lot of the big ones that you see, just in art books from art class and everything. I've never been so good. Well, some people argue that I was pretty gifted with illustrating things and everything and little drawings and stuff. I never practiced too much. I did a lot of stuff back. I sort of had focus attention issues, and I'd be really like off the wall and stuff as a kid. So my parents let me draw in church. That was before like any like vacation Bible school or like youth group stuff or anything. I would always draw aliens doing weird things. It would be like an alien that has like multiple heads, multiple body parts, or like a head like where the stomach should be, and then like different body parts, and like sometimes like laser guns, different things. I was, '90s was huge for that, like Men in Black and Independence Day and stuff. But like the way I was like, let's really have them be like outlandish looking and everything, like really cool, like tentacles and all sorts of cool stuff. That's a different thing. I wasn't expecting to actually speak about that. Okay, anyway, this shirt I greatly cherish, but nowhere near as much as the shirt that it's based on, that this replaced. So, yeah, I spoke about it recently. My grandma sort of, just having the things that come with getting older and everything. But her husband died of prostate cancer, and it was really dark. And I don't want to be too negative or anything, but like things could have gone better in different ways and everything. And I didn't really know that back then, but I learned later that he had been sort of brainwashed by some like hippie, all natural stuff and everything. And it's just really messed up. He may have had like another few years, or he may have, who knows? I don't know how bad it was and everything. But yeah, anyway, after he died, I got like really, the family sort of was gifted things, his belongings and things. Like, we don't want to throw all this stuff out. Let's put it to good use and everything. I took a whole bunch of he had a cool sock collection. I would wear his socks, like a lot of church socks and stuff. I would go to school like that sometimes, sort of like punk style, but with like church socks. Like, I'd be like, have shorts on and have like the church socks with the different, sometimes they have like different, uh, patterns and things and different like stitching or whatever. And I'd like pull those up to my knees, but I'd be wearing like a band shirt and stuff like that. But I got those, and then I also got shirts, a few different things. We got this book collection, one of the coolest things. It's like the museum of the strange or something. It's just like all sorts of, there's like stuff on savants, there's stuff on animal superpowers, like just some of the coolest shit ever. It's like, dude, he had some really cool stuff. But I also got an MC Escher shirt, and it was. I should have searched it up before this. I recently searched it up and tried to find it. I could not find another shirt on it. I might make it custom, but it was a really cool shirt. It was good quality. It was just black and white, but it had There were multiple he did multiple versions of this. He did a few things. Something on a plane, like, meaning like not like an airplane, but like on something. It's like a progressions something on a plane or something like that, and it's really cool. It's like patterns. It looks like he had a very interesting mind trying to depict things. It's hard to explain. So it had like Egyptian like scarab beetles. That was one of the main things I remember from it. And then it had like um, dragonflies and some other stuff. But then it had like just shapes, his tessellation stuff, where it's just like interlinked, like everything fits perfectly. It could just make like a rectangle, but like it's all these shapes. It's one shape, but it's like linking in different ways, and it's like perfect and everything. But like it went one way, it had like three different rows, and they all changed. It's hard to describe, but it's like the thing with the beetles went with the shapes, but like it was still the shape of the beetle. You just gotta search it up. Search for like MC Escher something something on a plane. I think it was like the second or third one or something, or just MC Escher scarabs. But he also did like studies of scarabs and different things. But yeah, I loved that thing. But I had a few different times where I had, mental health crises and I was hospitalized, just having different issues. And I was wearing that shirt when I was hospitalized. And I don't know if it's because I remember like I was sort of like putting up a fit and stuff. I didn't want to go and I was like getting angry and I ended up getting like sort of like tackled um, into the ground, like down dirt and stuff. And all my clothes were dirty. Long story short, this is long anyway. It's gonna be long. But yeah, after I got out of the hospital and was like feeling a little bit better and stuff, they told me they lost all of my clothes that I brought in. My guess is that because it had mud all over it, they may have been like sort of super trying to be clean and like we don't want disease to spread. They may have like assumed that I like shit myself or something. I don't know. That's my only guess. It's like, really? There's like one little locker that you can put these in for me. Oh, they're just gone now. And that really upset me because that was one of my favorite shirts and it was, it's sentimental. It's like, why did it have to be that shirt? Like teach me a lesson on, trying to progress through things and everything. I don't know, but anyway, I got this one and it's a different one, but it's also meant to, remind me of the connection of the people that were nice to me throughout my life and everything. Well, early on, my youth, I was still young when he passed and everything, but he was very, jolly and like positive and like a good role model and everything. We would disagree on certain things like nowadays, like our views wouldn't be the same and stuff, but that doesn't at all negate from him being an awesome person. But yeah, very lucky to have that, just different people have different relationships and stuff, and it's not always good. So to have anybody that's like really cool, really nice, and like a good, support and everything. But this one is Another World. I think it's Another World 2, or it might just be Other World 2. And I love it because really cool if you look closely. It's like the different directions. It's different. It's looking from different perspectives and different things are going. It's like got the same thing, but it's like that's looking down on the planet, that's looking sideways, that's looking up, that's over there, that's over there, that's over there, and obviously, but look closely. This is I forget what it's called, but Escher was his father-in-law gifted him. I think it was his father-in-law gifted him. He was like I guess very interested in different objects. Well, I know he was. He did different studies on. He would be like liking to draw these cool different things that he has in his office or whatever. But there were these little. There were like stone ones, and I think he may have had a wood one too. But and they're sort of mysterious. There's stuff in like I think Persia, like Iran, and some other places. I think there's some European stuff too. There's also a mythological creature in China. There's different ones where it's like sort of depicted. It's like I think it's like a bird that speaks and it's like it guards. There was some story about like trying to like fly up to the top of some mountain and there are like these other beings that are doing. I don't remember it all. I'd have to find it out because there were multiple things that it could be, but I was like really interested. But it kind of links together to this. Notice, if you've ever played Twilight Princess, it looks uncanny to the Uka in this city in the sky, and with certain myths and stuff dealing with whatever the creature would be called and whatever. That's another interesting thing. Have you ever heard that? Certain things with like places that had no communication way back in the day. It's just like we have these myths that come from just the human experience, like an automatic thing, like these archetypes in different things and ideas, stories that just unfold. It's like different cultures around the world that had no contact with one another told some of the same stories in very similar ways. So it's very interesting stuff with like the forbidden fruit. There's a Ladon or Ladon or whatever guarding the fruit of immortality or whatever, different things. I remember thinking that was interesting, but it goes on and on. Like, I don't even know I barely know the gist of it really. But that's a very interesting thing to consider. Just these things, it's like, just shows how similar everybody is. It's almost like we're tapped into something like surreal, where it's like, we're just all telling these stories and we're telling the same things, and they're thousands of miles over there. Like, it's wild. But yeah, similarly to the city in the sky, the uka, that trippy, that music is really odd too. But and they're the one, like in Twilight Princess, when you like save the game, they come out of the little pot and everything. But yeah, in the different, well, obviously that's going to be a thing, like living in the sky or whatever. Sort of like, you think of birds, they fly in the sky. Oh, maybe there's some place up there, like sort of just some like land of mystery or whatever. But yeah, so now it's kind of like cool. I have this to remind me of my grandfather, and it links into, makes me think of the Uka and more of MC Escher's life and everything. Such a great game. I might have to play it again. I like to replay it when it gets cold. It's one of my comfort games. I like to play Fable. Fable's a little bit easier. That's a real comfort game, because it's like, I know what I'm doing. It's just like the music and the atmosphere and different things. Very cool. But yeah, I still may. Part of me does want to like find. I wish I could get that exact same shirt again. It would mean a lot. It wouldn't be the same one, so it's not like it's actually his shirt. Now it's just like the only thing left. We have plenty of photos and plenty of different things. But like, I have that book collection. Where is that? I think it's in that room now because I had to make room. But I need to look through those again. I was like really enamored with those. I thought they were super cool. There's just that like autistic kid on the piano, just like zoning out. Like, it's like he's like tapped into something magical. Fucking just different savant stuff and different very interesting things, different animal abilities, different, what else is there? Yeah, just like just crazy things, just sort of exceptional, different things that are really interesting and cool. And it was also just showing, that's sort of good. It's like not the same as the myths and like psychology and maybe spirituality of how like we all are connected with that. But in those books too, it does tie in like just this sort of, how do I explain it? Like, just how like interesting everything is. But I can't really put into words like what I was gonna try to get out. I don't know. Really cool books. I'll show you those. I'll just take a photo of them in the next post. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Not to be like, I don't need your sympathy. Everything is good, and yeah, not everything is good. I don't mean to say that. But yeah, things are like, I'm doing well and everything. It's just like that is a thing I like to bring up on each of my pages. I've never brought that up on this page. So, that's just kind of like one of those, why'd that have to happen? Why is that gone, And it's unfair, different, just, if we could just see things in a different way and try to care about different things. I don't know. Again, mystery. Life is a mystery, and be good to one another. Love, I hope you feel well often.